rolling. Legend has it that this story that we're about to dive into was started 10 long years ago with a 3-act bill, some sharpied band sketches on a 2-color flyer, and a name at a place with no name. What? And legend also has it that any genre was and still is fair game. Nothing is out of the question. And if you've ever been to a Radderdaze show at No Name Bar here in Winona, then you know what we're talking about here tonight. Next weekend on Friday and Saturday, February 28th and March 1st, Radderdaze celebrates 10 years of better than bad rad shows. Over the course of 2 days, there will be 10 bands to commemorate the 10 years that Radderdaze has been part of our music scene here in Winona. All 10 of these bands have played Radderdaze in the past. That way, we know that they are true Radderdaze material and are definitely better than bad. So here at KQAL, we thought that we could get in on the fun too, by bringing you some tunes from the artists playing the 10-year Raddiversary. Artists like Maudlin, Reuben, Sheep for Wheat, Porcupine, and the Sex Rays. And heck, who knows, some of them might even join us here tonight to talk about Radderdaze a little. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and without further ado, or doo-doo, join us as Todd Hanson and I take a look back at Radderdaze past and a look ahead to, well, this weekend for the 10-year Raddiversary of Radderdaze, tonight on The Sound. That was Barbara, I Just Turned 30 by Ruben. And we're going to have Dan from Ruben on the show a little bit later. But first, I'm here with Todd Hanson again tonight. We're going to talk about Radderdaze, the 10-year anniversary of Radderdaze, or we're calling it the Raddiversary, that happens this weekend, Friday and Saturday, March 28th or February 28th and March 1st. And Todd, how you doing tonight?
Just keeping the head above water.
Nice. I love it. I love it. So yeah, Radderdaze. It's almost here, man. Couple days, right? Or the Raddiversary, rather.
Yes. Yep.
It's going to be a big show. And last week we talked about some stuff. We spoke with, some of the artists that are going to play. And you also mentioned that there's going to be like an NBA Jam, like.
Yes, it's a free play 4-player NBA Jam, the Super Nintendo version, and that will be, an old, tube CTR TV or CRT, I mean.
I'm excited for that, even.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, it's good. You have to play it on an old TV. It can't be really played on anything new. Yeah. And then, we're like we were saying, I was going to try and somehow lock down the game system so someone doesn't run off with that. But it would be funny if someone ran off with the TV.
Oh, my God.
Saying, like, that would
be hilarious.
That would be, no one really steals old tube TVs now. You can go on Marketplace and get one for free, or
the curb, yeah.
And so, but I mean, that would remind me of, I don't know, there was a scene in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. I remember where there's a lot of people running around with those TVs, and I feel like you just don't really see that anymore.
Right. No, you don't, and it would be funny to see. And I mean, what a kudos, basically, because they're heavy. If you can run down the street with one of those, or are willing to, that's something you want to do, I say more power to you, really, realistically. But we're not here to just talk about TVs. We're here to talk about Radderdaze also. And that tune by Ruben, awesome. Good stuff there. I really dig that song. And we have Dan on the line. Or is Dan available? Or he's possibly... He's in the...
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Todd. How you doing?
Are you? So you're in location? Where are you?
I'm up in the KQAL traffic chopper, the bird, the eagle eye.
Oh yes, the eagle eye for sure.
Oh, that must be that sound that I'm hearing. I'm hearing a chopper sound.
Right.
Yeah. We're hovering about 20,000 feet right now. I thought it was a little bit high, but we're up here.
That is high. Wow.
Very high.
So. How high are you? No. So what's it look like from up there? What does Winona look like from 20,000 feet?
Well, we got a little slow and go between Huff Street and 43.
Okay.
And it looks like there's a little fender bender. We got a car pulled off on the side of the roundabout near the Mugby Junction. But other than that, it's pretty nice and going right now in the greater Winona area.
Good. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah. So Dan, I know you're very busy with the traffic chopper and everything, but in your downtime, you're also in the band Ruben, correct?
That's right. I play a little guitar and I sing a little bit in that band, but that's what I like to do in my off time.
Nice. Now,
when I'm not on the helicopter.
Right, when you're not up in the helicopter. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So, Todd and I were talking a little bit before we turned the mics on, and we were talking about this tune. I just love this tune, and
sure.
And he said that you guys are big Beach Boys fans, which makes sense then to me.
Yeah, big Beach Boys.
And harmonies and stuff like that. So what kind of what got you into the Beach Boys, or how do you see that influencing your music? Like, how has it crept in? Just tell me a little bit about Brian Wilson.
It was one of those real kind of organic deals. I heard, I was listening to the radio, and something about the song "Wouldn't It Be Nice," even though everybody's heard it 1,000 times by the time they're 22, 23. Something about it musically just kind of sat right with me, and when all the brass comes in, kind of in the pre-chorus area, and the harmonies come in, and that's when that moment kind of just changed my life, and I was like, I wanna make something close to that if I can, or I like that sound, and I kind of want to incorporate that into the music.
Cool. So that's kind of a conscious thing for you to
It was. It shift my focus a little bit from where I was, which was kind of more like kind of down homey rock kind of stuff at the time. And then I said, there's a lot more you can do.
Right.
With music.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. You guys do a hell of a job of it. I love it. Great tune.
Appreciate that.
Man. So how about Radderdaze? Can you tell us a story about playing Radderdaze in the past?
Oh, we played Radderdaze in the past, and let me tell you that Todd is he's a bucket of fun. And last time we played it, I believe we played with a couple other bands. I think it was Twin Lakes and Gentleman Speaker.
Nice.
That's what I recall, and we became friends with Gentleman Speaker and played a bunch of shows with them. So it's a great occasion. It's a great time to meet people, and then we just get to hang out with Todd and Megan and the rest of the Ultrasounds Reach Outs crew, and it's always just fun to be down in Winona again. So yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
It's a good time. Yeah.
Todd, do you have any stories or maybe evidence or incriminating things?
Oh yeah, I mean, because there's what happens, at the show, which is obviously that's the highlight, but then there's after the show, and that's also a good time. And I'm always pushing. If they can stay in town, if they want to crash, then there's more things we can do. And there was one we were just talking about this. I was trying to get the details from my brother, because my brother there's this Oddfellows apartment building that, there's a bunch of, it's an old building like downtown. It has a bunch of apartments in it, and he used to live in there, and we would have these post Radderdaze parties. And it was funny because we'd always be he's 8 years younger than me, and his friends are, they don't go to the rock shows, and they're kind of, they have a beer pong table, and they're just in a different world. So it'd be right. But my brother would be bring the people from Radderdaze over to there would always be these weird, clash of worlds happening at his place. And so one of those, I remember Ruben being there, and I was trying to get the details straight. I thought he was dumping champagne to their mouths, but I think they were dumping champagne from his second story balcony thing in his apartment, and I just read it was very it was a beautiful moment,
it was good times.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I see a theme here with the worlds colliding type thing with Radderdaze, a lot of different mixing it up with genres and people, and it's super cool.
That's all about. It's mixing up the genres and the people. So the after parties are just like the shows. You want to get as many discongruent people together, and just see what happens. It's basically the whole idea of it.
it's a what it is a beautiful setup, is what it is, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, Dan, how's it look up there right now? I know the weather, it's a little chilly today. Any other news from our eye in the sky?
We just had a real close call with Sugarloaf, but he pulled it up and managed to get us out of there. But no, it looks like that slow and go, that kind of backup is starting to clear up. So
good.
No, it's looking good up here.
All right, great. Well, we will see you this weekend. What night is Ruben playing?
They're on the Friday
night.
Yeah.
Friday night, yep.
Great. Well, hopefully you can get off work from your traffic job up there in the helicopter and play a great rock and roll show for us.
It's great talking with you, Bill. Great talking with you, Todd.
Yeah, you too, Daniel.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Oh, God, I love that. Oh.
Yeah, he's always up in that chopper.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty interesting. He's up in a chopper watching traffic and stuff. That's a heck of a day job.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's talked to... in passing, he might have mentioned that he did the chopper thing, but, I mean, he's never really gone into it in depth with me, so it was cool to see him, doing his other thing.
His own environment, his wild environment, I guess you would say. I don't know. I didn't even know KQAL had a chopper,
Oh, you didn't?
No. So they don't. They don't tell me about those kinds of things. They think they're afraid I would try to fly it.
Yeah, I suppose that's one of those need to know basis things.
Yeah. So everyone out there in Radio Land, let's keep that a secret, okay? That KQAL has a chopper. Don't tell anybody, okay? So Todd, next we're going to talk about sheep for wheat. Any dirt on these guys? I really dig these guys too, man. The whole lineup is great. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, dirt. Yeah. I do. They're probably like one of the tougher ones to get dirt on because, like, I mean, if you've ever seen their promo pics or they're even seen their show. I mean, they seem very, very squeaky clean.
Sure. Right.
So that's exactly why I go trying to find the dirt on someone like that, and it's very tough with them. It's almost, I almost can't find it, but I have, I've hung out with them, and I'm still trying to mine that. Or sometimes with the, like if going back into these Radderdaze after parties, I guess maybe these parties can be like, maybe I can create that, like they were until they started playing these shows, they were, they weren't getting into any kind of trouble,
Right, right.
But now hopefully, especially after the Raddiversary, hopefully we'll have something more definitive, on sheep for wheat as far as dirt goes. But yeah, they're mostly, they're just like, they're the wholesome boys that, that you would take home to the family, and
Right. Totally. Well, like you said, maybe that could all change this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So, well, let's play a tune, a sheep for wheat tune. I'm here tonight talking with Todd Hanson of Radderdaze fame and several bands in town. Reach Outs, Ultrasounds, who are also playing Radderdaze, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Raddiversary, the 10-year Raddiversary of Radderdaze. That's kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That happens this weekend, Friday and Saturday. It's February 28th and March 1st. And it's going to be a great show. There's 10 bands commemorating these 10 years. And tonight we're going through some of the music and playing it for you, and we're going to talk to some of the folks too, some of the artists. This next tune, like I said, it's Sheep for Wheat, and this is Great Dark North, and you're listening to it on the Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
Snooze again, please. I'm not quite done watching episode 4. I like the way it's going, but I gotta hit the road and rock about this great dark north. Buy some new jeans, so the old seems. Either way, this outfit's course. Being blue all the time, but I'm not jean blue like the great dark north. Smoke's always the same frame at the city bus for today's fools. Ashes on my soul and we are loading. Crowd around like the great gray mule. Stuck aboard a coal train, frozen in the refrain. For the same, the next will be more. Past lives living up for the sun, and I'm in my head like the great dark north. Russian drink, false one feeling of alcohol. Cold shit, Russian drink, false one feeling of alcohol. Cold shit, Russian drink, false one feeling of alcohol. Cold shit, Russian drink, false one feeling of alcohol. Things running through my mind. How to sit and wonder one thought at a time. I grab my finger through and all the stuff I'm taking, heading out to the great divide. Fell asleep the sun on, it was 5:30. You woke me up so I could repark. Time flies south like birds in the sky. And it's been a million years since I've seen a great white shark. Been a million years since I've seen a great white shark. Russian drink, boss won't feel no alcohol. Cold ship, Russian Russian drink, false warm feeling of alcohol. Cold chip, Russian drink, false warm feeling of alcohol. Cold chip, Russian drink, false warm feeling of alcohol.
That was Great Dark North by Sheep for Wheat. And Sheep for Wheat is playing the 10-year Raddiversary. So that's the 10-year anniversary of Radderdaze happening this weekend. Like I said before, it's 10 bands over the course of 2 days. It's Friday and Saturday this weekend. That's March 1st and February 28th. In reverse order there. And and I have Todd Hanson, who puts on Radderdaze, here with us in the studio tonight. So it sounds like, so what I'm hearing a lot, okay, I'm hearing several things. I'm hearing, for one, we're going to mix it up, right? We're mixing up genres. We're mixing up people. We're mixing up, we're getting the squeaky clean folks in trouble. Mm-hmm. We might help some troubled folks out. I don't know. And then the other thing that I'm hearing is after party. Lots of after party talk here. So like, is that like a big part of Radderdaze too?
I like to think it is, just because many times, I'm always trying to keep both the shows affordable. Like, I mean, it's one of the, you're not, it's rare that you're going to find, like a normal Radderdaze will be 3 bands, like 3 bands for like $5. And like that's, and it used to, back in the day, it was, there was a time when they were just free shows, but,
cool.
I mean, it's tough to, when bands are coming from Milwaukee or Minneapolis, it was tough to keep that going. And, not in this economy.
Right.
But,
oh my gosh.
but then, then I'm always offering, it's like, don't get a hotel or anything. Like, it's just me, Megan, and the cats. As long as you're not allergic to cats, might as well just crash at our place. And, I do have an arcade in the basement. So it's like, I try and facilitate both, a place to stay and a party for, make it just a full package, rather than just a show. I want it to be an experience, and that's kind of like part of that's the whole thing too. I want it to be not just a show.
Right. And like you said, an experience. And I think bands appreciate that kind of stuff, right? Especially if they're traveling and they're,
Well, they better.
So, right. They better. Another band that's playing this weekend is Porcupine. Well, let's play the tune and then we'll talk about them, okay? Right. This next tune is from Porcupine. They are playing the 10-year Raddiversary. That's the 10-year anniversary of Radderdaze. It's happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday. That's February 28th and March 1st. And I'm here tonight talking with Todd Hanson, who puts on Radderdaze. We're going to talk to some of the artists. This next artist here is Porcupine, who started out in La Crosse. I think they're based in Minneapolis now. Is that right? Do you know, Todd?
They are, well, Casey is back at La Crosse, I believe, but actually, and I maybe I shouldn't even. Yeah, I'll. I guess I can go into they just like released a statement saying that they're playing shows to the end of the year, and they're like, that's kind of sounds like that might be it for Porcupine, which is which is a bummer because they've been around since like 2006,
right?
And they're great, So that was just like this week that they put that out on their social media.
Well, dang, man. So like, if you want to see Porcupine, you better get out to this show.
Exactly.
Because this is going to be one of the, where else can you see all these other bands for, did we talk about the price? But it's cheap. It's still a low dose show, right?
Yeah. So it's
$20, right?
Yeah. It's 20 for the 2 days so
$10 a night.
Yeah.
Oh
so 20 for 10 bands.
You can't pass that up.
And then, there's the Radderdaze.com, you can get these pre-sale tickets. There's the online ticket fee, so it's like 20 plus whatever that fee is.
Right.
There will be, you can get them at the door, but then you're going to pay like $10 extra because it's $15 a night at the door.
Oh, sure.
So pre-sale is the way to go, because then you also, because Midwest Music Fest is a sponsor.
Right.
Like then you're entered to like win tickets for this year's Midwest Music Fest, and then also, I'm digging out old, goodies like old posters and like CDs and stuff and shirts.
Cool.
And so you can get all that Radderdaze kind of merch too if you're a pre-sale buyer, because then you're entered to win at the shows.
Nice. Well, you heard it here, folks. Go and get those pre-sale tickets, because then you can win good stuff like tchotchkes or whatever you want to call them. All the cool merch. Awesome. Well, let's play it. This is Porcupine with their tune "Worst Case Scenario," and you're listening to it on the Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL. That was Worst Case Scenario by Porcupine. And Porcupine is playing the 10-year anniversary of Radderdaze, which happens this weekend. It's over the course of 2 days, Friday and Saturday, February 28th and March 1st. There's going to be 10 bands across those 2 days, so 5 bands each night. And super good deal, too, because, like you said, it's $20 for pre-sale tickets and $15 at the door. So, I mean, Radderdaze is always kind of a low-dose show, or less clams, right?
Yeah,
it says on the flyer, something
more
like that.
More bands for less clams.
Yes, there you go. More
it's
bands.
Better than bad, it's rad.
I love it. Better than bad, it's rad. Yeah, I love that. And we'll talk about Porcupine in a minute here, but that better than bad, it's rad. I don't hate me, but every time I read that, I hear in my head, it's better than bad, it's good.
It's it's
the song.
That is exactly. I'm glad that you caught that. It's definitely a Ren and Stimpy thing. It's
right.
better than good. It's wood.
Wood.
Come on and
that's
get a log.
log.
It's
yeah.
log.
Yeah.
That is. I'm glad that I never knew if anyone ever like caught that reference because it's not, those aren't like lyrics from that, but that is exactly
but
like
it's
what
like
I
the
was
cadence and the right kind of.
That's exactly what I was, getting at there. Yeah, so that's funny that it is.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Better than bad, it's rad.
Oh my God, yeah, it's better than bad.
It's better than good, it's wood.
Right. I hear the song every time I see the flyer. I hear that song.
Yeah, and I love that. Yeah, that song has also been in my head since the day that I heard it. It's like one of those just earworms, and so
exactly.
I think that's just how it came out because it's always that jingle's always going on in my head. So,
I think there's those of us at a certain age, and Ren and Stimpy occupy a portion in our brains, like all the time.
Yeah, I know it came back, but I don't think it had the same.
Did it?
I didn't. I don't think I really watched it, and they it just wasn't the same. I think they tried to make it more adult when they brought it back or something. But then again, it's like it was always kind of adult for a kid, and that's why it was cool.
Right,
It's like, but
cool.
we don't. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was just. It had its place in time, and
yeah, exactly. It's hard to some of that stuff. It, like you said, there's a place and a time, and that's where it worked perfectly. And it, yeah. So I'm happy to rent out space in my head to Ren and Stimpy. I think it's great. I think we all should. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and we just heard Worst Case Scenario by Porcupine. Great band. I can't believe I didn't know that they're kind of slowing things down, maybe calling it quits, at the end of the year. So we do have some time left, right?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know like how many shows they have, but they said they're releasing an EP and then playing shows till the end of the year, and then it sounds like that's going to be it.
Okay. Wow.
And Worst Case Scenario, it was funny that one they sent me all like newer songs. And before I didn't know that they're going to get them in time, and I think I put that song in the folder. So it's funny that you chose that one because now, sorry Casey, I know you sent me a bunch of new songs, and that's an old favorite for. I mean, there's so many. It's tough to pick a favorite for Porcupine because they write such good songs, and they're such a good band.
And there's a lot of material there too, But I kind of like that for these shows is the kind of look back, like those old kind of the tunes we're all used to and the tunes we know, And
it is. I mean, this whole event is about 10 years. It's about that. These. I guess not all these bands have been around the whole time, but there's a bunch of them who were like original Radderdaze bands, and then a few new ones too. So it's kind of a cool mixture of like old and new, and they're all like, I mean, they're all still doing stuff. They're all still like, even if they were around back when Radderdaze started, they're still putting out new stuff. So, I don't think there's anyone. It's not really. I mean, I guess other than my own band, the Ultrasounds, has been kind of we have been a band. There wasn't never any breakup, but we kind of been on a hiatus. So we haven't done anything new in a while, because we haven't played a show in like a couple of years, I don't think so.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Wow. Dang. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of, there's a lot of nostalgia here, right? There's a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia happening with this Radderdaze event. We have another guest coming up. Todd, so we have, like I said, we have another guest on the air tonight. I believe we have David and Priscilla from Maudlin on the line.
That's correct.
Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great.
We're peachy.
Awesome. And if this was a call-in show, you guys would win. And I don't have prizes, but you could just be winners. I think you're winners.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard a yes. That's good. All right.
I like to think of myself as a winner.
Right. Good. It's good to have high hopes in life.
Yeah. No matter how unrealistic.
Hey, wait. So you guys are playing the big Radderdaze show this weekend for the anniversary.
Not that I've heard of.
What? You didn't know that?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you, David.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're playing.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys, should we have
Yeah, I only told them about the radio spot. I guess I forgot.
Forgot about the yeah. Well, do you guys want
to write songs?
You should write some.
Like,
do you want to have?
Do you want to be on the radio about the show
that you don't know you're playing. Right.
And we were like, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
Know we're playing.
So we could have a band meeting right now and figure. I guess we are.
It's always a band meeting over here.
Excellent. Good to hear. But you guys have been around for quite some time. Todd and I were talking before, and how long has Maudlin been a band? And just take me through like a little bit of your history, like how this come about and how'd you get to today? How did you get to be the winners that you are today?
Well, it started when we were young, and then we became old.
Ah, right. Yeah. That's a good path.
Yeah. And there's a cat that is now like jumping in on the phone.
Well, he's part of our band, so he's here.
Cool.
I don't know if you can
purring or meowing. Don't worry.
Yeah, the purring and meowing isn't me or Priscilla. It's the cat.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
The cat's name though is significant. The cat's name is Blado.
It's a weird name for a cat. Oh wait, what's the name?
Blado.
Oh, I thought it was significant, but
yeah,
no,
it's Blado.
Wishes.
Like donuts?
Yeah, like the donuts.
Oh, cool.
And he does actually like donuts.
Nice. Well, what cat doesn't, right?
And we've been together, David and I, since we were very, very, very tiny children.
Okay.
And now we have very, very, very tiny children.
Oh, wow.
And for some reason, we just keep making music together.
Cool. That's cool. So you guys have your own very tiny children now?
We do. We've got 3.
Are they really? They're extra small, I'm hearing?
They're extra small. We don't understand it because we're average height.
Do you water them regularly?
Well, it might be because they're not old.
We don't put them out.
We don't know yet.
That's a good point. When humans are young, they are smaller. That's true.
We've heard. Yeah, we've. It's something we've observed.
Wow.
The oldest one is 12 now, but when she was 1, I introduced her to Todd and let him hold her, and she started screaming and crying.
Okay. Like in an upset way or like a rock and roll way? She was like, yeah!
She's got a good head on her shoulders then probably. Yeah.
Definitely upset. No, we haven't let him have much contact with any of our kids.
Oh, wow. Well, that's, is that court ordered or just regular parenting?
Yeah, I think she ran up and kicked me one time per Dave's, but I think Dave put her up to it.
Put her up to it, I'm sure. I'm going to turn my microphone off for a second here. Todd, these two are nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, you heard that?
Huh?
Oh. No, I was just saying, I was wondering if Todd could, we've been digging up dirt on the folks that are playing the Radderdaze show because it's an anniversary. So we've been talking, and it doesn't have to be dirt, but memories and stuff like that. We've been getting nostalgic. So,
I got a lot on Maudlin, but.
Oh, boy. Can you share any of it on the air, or?
I mean, yeah, but I just don't even know what you would even pick or sure. Exactly. I mean, there's.
Well, but what about you guys, David and Priscilla? Do you guys have maybe something you'd like to share about playing Radderdaze in the past? We could start there.
We've done it.
Okay, that's a good start, right?
No, we've had a really, really great time playing Radderdaze.
Cool.
And we were pleasantly surprised the first time we played it to have our likeness crafted. That was really, really fun. It was so hyper realistic, and I couldn't believe the amount of detail and just the overall gestalt of the imagery that was created. It was just amazing. And I knew as soon as I saw that just exquisite piece of fine art that this was something of high caliber.
Right.
And I only do amazing things. And so I was thinking, this has to be one of those amazing things that I add to my list.
Right.
Right.
Totally.
And then, and then the reason we kept coming back and playing multiple Radderdaze events was because Todd saw that amazingness in us as well. And it became just such a mutual, almost psychic connection.
Cool.
Yeah, and we had known each other for so long, and that was the first time, I think, truly that we tasted each other's thoughts.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Except for Priscilla mispronounced ganache.
Ganache.
Those are those pastries.
Yeah. Or I mean, you know,
Right.
it could have been some whiskey or something too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for realizing though, how good those Sharpie drawings are, because I mean we were talking about that in the other episode about how people have likened my drawings to Chuck Close and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
And so I mean I'm glad that Priscilla also does some doodling too, and so she has so when she's saying it's good, I mean then
You trust it?
yeah so,
Totally. You know, I wondered, because all the talk about the drawings, do you have all of them? Have you saved them all?
I
Cool. No way.
They're like, and it's
No
actually,
one else has saved them.
Yeah.
Well, somebody had to, right?
Yeah, that's right. Someone had to, and then obviously it was going to be me. Right. And the weird thing is, I can tell you this, I don't know why, but they're in a Wells Fargo like folder, and I don't know why, because I guess I still am
free folder.
I never. Everyone said, they're not. Yeah, that's right. You were saying you're a state sponsor, so Wells Fargo's not one of your sponsors. So like, I mean, I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
I can probably just say whatever I want.
Yeah,
but
we can say whatever we want about them.
I knew I should probably have changed the bank, but I still have the folder, and so and that's just like where all those drawings go, and I don't know why it's in that folder, but that's just they all go there after I finish the next one. I just put them in that folder.
So how many? There's got to be 10 years of this.
There's a lot of them. Yeah,
there's a lot. The folder's got to be bursting at the seams, right?
Yes,
that's not how computer folders work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's because that's they get digitized, but this is a physical folder.
Wait. So you have them. So this is a physical folder, the Walgreens or Wells Fargo folder, and then you have them in a digital folder as well. So you have them. They're all digitized, also.
Yeah, I Sharpie them and then I scan them in. I mean, there's probably a much easier process for this, but I'm also a creature of habit, as you can tell. Yeah. 10 years, I'm like, there can be no change in the process. This is how it's done.
Yeah.
They're actually each. He has a browser tab open for each one. He doesn't know how to close them.
I don't know. I don't want to close them because I'm gonna forget it.
And if you close it, then it's over. It's done. You can't do that. Yeah. No, I understand. That's a very good point. Thank you, Priscilla.
And actually, the scanner that I used to scan them in, now it's it's basically I have to like hack it so it still works on my Mac operating system now because. But it has to be that scanner too, so it really there's a lot of I want to say there's ritual or any kind of habits involved with Radderdaze, but there might be some.
It sounds like there's a little bit, and that should be an exhibit or something at some point. You should you should do a 12-year anniversary maybe, or 11 or something, and do artwork.
Well, I mean, like if there's someone like willing to have it, possibly.
I love the thought of having a flyer art exhibit, and it's just the flyers. I think it's fantastic.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think it would be.
But people would be so confused about when to show up.
That's true.
That is true, and that would be hilarious. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also, I mean, it would be pretty. I have to say for this one, I mean, like the Radderdaze, even the format of the flyer has been, I think, exactly the same for all 10 years. So it would be a lot of similar looking flyers, but I guess that's why it'd be so good. I mean, it's like just have the colors change. Like that was the whole thing. It's just a 2-color flyer, but like it's printed on different colored paper. So, and I guess the people change. So
they do.
And people that's really what's most important, isn't it?
But you also, people are semi-important, right? People are in general, people are important. You're right. But what about this, Todd? Exhibit A. I know you folks at home can't see this, but what is this?
Okay, that's right. I said that it's always been the same for Raddiversary. Yeah, I put like actual photos. I switched it up for the first time, just because I'm like, well, how do I, how am I able to illustrate to people that this is different than every other Radderdaze event that I've done for 10 years, other than just having more bands. So I switched the visual presentation just a little bit, maintaining the brand.
It does.
Maintaining
it does.
The brand.
It totally maintains it. No, it totally does. It's really the only difference is they're live action folks instead of Sharpie folks, right?
Yes. Yep.
And are these are, I'm assuming, maybe just online only?
As far as
until I printed them.
Yes, yeah. There still is a Sharpie on the actual a cake. There's no people on it, but cake with some balloons for the 10-year. But then those.
Guys, the scariest part about this is Todd is one of the guys that Elon has hired to be going through the Treasury Department.
I heard about that. Yeah,
and this is his level of expertise. With
oh no, he's going through the Treasury Department with a Sharpie.
Right. I'm replacing everyone's photos with my drawings, which I think actually look more like them than their photos. So that will, I didn't even tell David about that yet. I just told him that I'm working with Elon.
Elon, yeah.
Or E as I call him.
Big E.
Big E. No, I've never called him that. But
okay. Well, that's and I'm just, for folks at home, I'm holding up I printed out some of the I don't know if you call them flyers or a post that you had online with they're flyers. I thought they were cool because it's a different version of but you can totally tell it's the same thing.
Yeah. Good.
It's just like better than bad, right?
Yeah.
One of those types of things. Well, you guys, Dave and Priscilla. We didn't even play your song yet. We should play a song by you guys.
You should, but
totally should.
Play one that's good, please.
Well, I think they're playing a really, 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 really old one.
It's definitely really old, but it's good though. I mean, I don't think. Have you guys put out bad ones? I don't remember.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean, we don't think so, but
don't tell people about that though. About
tell people
about the one bad one you did.
No, that we. Never mind. Oh, no, I don't know.
Never mind. Don't tell people, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
My lips are sealed.
It just didn't happen.
It didn't. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. I guess you're gonna play some music, and it's gonna be a surprise to us too.
It's gonna be super awesome. Everyone's gonna be surprised, and everyone's gonna love it.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't be too surprised though.
You don't sound convinced.
Since they know me, they know what song it is.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Okay.
We know which song, and I think we were little tiny kids when we played this.
You were tiny kids yourselves.
Yeah.
So very much.
Do you want to take a guess? Should we make a game? Guess which tune we're going to play.
Oh, it's Low.
Yeah,
got it right away.
That's it. And even like, I think it's like your first recording of it, not even like the one that you did later. Because I have that one. So
cool. So are we getting? Is this a rare and like a rarity?
Very rare.
Probably.
This is the import.
Yeah, this is when we played with like a drummer that. Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall not be named. Sure. Yeah. That's fine. That's fair.
Voldemort was who was drumming for us at the time. I don't know which recording.
Sense.
Is this the one where Josh is on it?
No. Oh, maybe.
Actually, I do have that one too. Which is it's weird because I all of a sudden like that CD went missing, and I think at some point I showed you you're like I don't even think we have that one anymore. But now I'm like I don't, because I put it in my jukebox at one point just to see if it would play, and it did. But now I'm like I don't know where it is, because I don't know how you guys even how you guys produced it.
If you find it, digitize that stuff and send it over.
Be digital if it's on a CD.
Yeah.
That's
so it
true.
is digital.
But like connected to the rest of the digital world, perhaps,
feel like I am talking to
idiots,
children.
Idiots.
Yeah, sure.
Just kidding. I love you guys. You're so wonderful.
Well, cool. I don't know how to take. That was like.
No, I meant Todd and David, not you.
Oh, well, I can be an idiot too. Oh, or you don't love me either. That's fine.
Well, I mean,
No, we could just move right on.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm sure she was speaking in jest. I'm sure.
I bet you could be an idiot, but
I totally could be.
I don't think you can come close to touching me or Todd.
No.
I don't want to touch either one of you.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
what you
also,
mean.
Thank goodness we're
that
on the
makes
phone.
sense.
Plus, it's radio, so like no one would know if you were. It's anything could be happening right now.
Anything could be happening. Maybe we should play a song for folks, and then we'll come back and see what happens, huh?
Okay.
All right. So this is we have David and Priscilla from Maudlin on the phone. We're going to play a song by them. We also have Todd Hanson in the studio with us tonight, and we're talking about Radderdaze. It's the 10th anniversary of Radderdaze, or Raddiversary rather, happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Here they are. This is Maudlin with their tune Low, and you're listening to it on the Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
With each rusty glance, there is a ghost of a trance, and I should know. And this youthful show, it feels for me a good each bit, and I was low. And for a line I'll be low, a distance crossed to I don't wide open space, some move so slow. Sitting here, I'll be. And take my hand, and not for granted. White lines and distant stars moving. And the pound that drives each breath and burns up all the rest. And this nostalgia makes me blue, but it's sacrosanct too. And for a line, I'll be low. A distance crossed to I don't know. Wide open space, move so slow. And sitting here, I'll be. Hello, in the morning, in the wake of distortion, anchored by pale emotion, in which lies all devotion. Hello, in the morning, in the wake of distortion, anchored by pale emotion, in which lies all devotion. With each rusty glance, there is a guide of a trance, and I should know. And for a line, I'll be low. A distance crossed to I don't know. Wide open space, move so slow. And sitting here, I'll be.
That was Low by Maudlin, and we have David and Priscilla from Maudlin on the phone with us tonight, along with Todd Hanson from Radderdaze. So, guys, was that the version? Are you satisfied with that version?
It
was just mind-blowing. I mean, I haven't heard anything. It's so incredible because I wasn't sure.
It sounds exactly the way I remember.
Nice.
That version.
Yeah.
Sounding.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been so long.
Yeah. Well, and I love that we get to play the rarities. We get to hear the deep cuts, the demos, the imports, all that good stuff. So thank you guys for letting us share that with the world.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cool.
We love sharing our music with the world.
Awesome.
The world,
yeah.
I mean, has been a little indifferent, but we love sharing it.
Yeah. The world can be jerks sometimes, Screw
yeah,
'em.
they can.
Yeah, screw them.
Yeah, not this world.
Yeah.
Which,
can we say
referring to
screw them
myself.
on the radio?
Yeah, we totally can. When we're talking
Cool.
about the world, sure.
Screw 'em.
That's right.
Yeah, forget about them.
Forget about it.
What?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway.
It's like something we could say.
Right, there you go. Well, this weekend's going to be a blast. Maudlin, when are these guys playing? Friday, it looks like, huh?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
What time, Todd?
Uh-oh.
What time?
Oh,
that's a good question. I gotta advance you that stuff. But you will be.
Oh, can you hear the screaming in the background?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
children.
That's children.
That's real life, man, right?
They're pissed off that Todd doesn't understand what time we're playing.
No.
They're like, advance it, Todd.
And that's correct. That's correct. Kids, it used to be that would just be torture, but now it's kids, with the screaming. So you'll be. I can tell you'll be fourth in the lineup. What time that will be. I guess I'll let you know that later. But
wait, who's playing before us?
Count Spookula. So I hope
who's playing right after us?
Fernando Mendoza and Georgie.
Okay.
Perfect. We knew these things, but the listeners didn't.
That's right. That's why I'm letting everybody know.
Good point.
Who's at home listening so that they know.
You guys on the show.
And then we also Rubens on that night and Sheep for Wheat. So you get.
I know those guys.
Cool.
Are you guys interviewing Ruben for this?
Yeah. Yep. We actually did.
Yeah, Dan actually called in. He was in a helicopter when he called in. Where are you guys?
What? We are also in a
spaceship.
helicopter.
In a spaceship?
Helicopter.
What?
Spaceship helicopter.
And I thought Dan was high.
Ironic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Wow.
It's called a space chopper.
These musicians, they're all alike.
It's the new thing from.
We're in a chopper too.
I
And it's
know
an even
about that.
better one.
Working with Elon, I've heard about it.
Oh, that right.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's with his
space Twitter.
Yeah, it's
program.
part of that stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's good. I'm glad that we're all.
I'd rather get in the Titan submersible than anything Elon built and goes to space.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's fair. That is totally fair. You guys, I can't wait for the show. I think this is going to be fantastic. Any like incriminating evidence? Anything any dirt you guys got on each other?
Well, we could go back to the because we were talking about these weird after parties when my brother lived in the old Oddfellows building.
Right.
But I remember there was a time when someone got electrocuted in front of both David and I. Like, you remember this, David?
What?
No.
You don't? Like, you tried to stop him.
I don't. Someone got electrocuted, and by electrocuted you mean shocked.
No, like
Not
this was like a
killed.
full on.
Whoa.
This. I'm surprised you remember this. Like maybe Okay, so what happened was, you were doing something. You were like
David that got electrocuted.
You were making.
Right.
You saw someone get electrocuted. Like we were both there. It was in the hallway. There was an exit sign, and you were like kind of making large gestures. You were doing. I've known David since elementary. Yeah, like David often. There'll be something that breaks, or there'll be like a weird thing that accidentally happens. But like you were just making like wild gestures, and you accidentally hit this like exit sign that was in the hallway, and these I think this is so long ago that like statute of limitations doesn't matter if there's any kind of crime report about it because it doesn't matter now. But like so it broke this exit sign, but David wasn't trying to do that, but then there was like an exposed wire just hanging there. There was another person there was just kind of an impulsive personality. They looked at it. I remember David saw like exactly what he was going to do, and he just started saying no. And the guy grabbed the wire and like he burned, like there was an electrical burn on him, like.
Did he like shake like?
No, he didn't. It wasn't like the whole. There was no shaking,
right?
And he was able to pull back, but like there was like you saw like that electrical burn on it, like so it was a live wire. So I mean, it could have been much worse.
Right.
It could have been.
Could have
and
been.
Now that man has a radio show.
That's right. That's right, and a Twitch.
And it was Bill.
And a Twitch. Yeah.
Wait, right. So do you remember this now?
Yeah, I mean, I can't picture it, but the exit sign and mild vandalism followed by that, yes. Yeah. I remember that is a thing that happened.
And you probably it probably wasn't the only time that you guys were over at that apartment building, that Oddfellows building where my brother lived.
Yeah, because that place was really weird too anyway.
Yes, it was. It was just a weird building. It was
a very weird situation being in that. It was like all cobbled apart in a way that didn't make much sense.
No, it didn't. And it's like that Oddfellows is like it also is like an old like fraternal order. You know, it's like one of those weird, you know, stuff that you're all into. It seems like one of those Mason Illuminati kind of groups, but I don't really know.
We're not into that stuff anymore.
Oh, you're out?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You got out.
Or maybe you can't say that on the radio.
It's silly, but we don't actually believe it.
Ever since, you know, like the QAnon people moved into the conspiracy zone, it just hasn't been fun.
Oh, yeah. It's not as fun as it used to be.
We used to have fun with it.
Yeah. It used to be a wonderful space filled with the right kind of crazy people.
Right.
You know?
But you're still in the cryptids. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Because of the coloring book, especially, which I should plug because we're on the radio.
Yeah, plug the coloring book.
It's called A Beginner's Guide to Coloring Cryptids on Amazon, 5 stars.
There's one on the table there, I think.
Okay.
We've been meaning to get that back to you. I have some of our staff have colored some of them in, but I want to wait till it's full and then we're going to send it back to you, or like take pictures of it and send it to you.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll get those on the official Instagram.
Sweet,
for sure.
Sweet. Yeah, no, that's one of the coolest merch items I've ever seen. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
And it keeps giving because like it sits on my table in my office. Students come in and color in it. It's fantastic. I love it.
Amazing.
Thank you guys. Yeah,
that is awesome. Todd, do you want to talk about other mild vandalisms that the statute of limitations is up or not up on?
I mean, sure. I mean, but that's the thing because there's so many. Because like I say, I've known each other since elementary.
I just don't know if ever on the radio. Both Todd and I have been on KQAL like many times over our long
years.
Sordid lives. But I don't know if we've ever publicly admitted to all of the sign changing that we've done that people may have inadvertently over the years seen.
What is sign changing?
It's and Priscilla too. She was about to jump in and yell at me because I didn't include her.
Yeah.
It started with Todd and I when we were very young. It started because I used to live next to the Big Cheese, if you guys remember
the Big Cheese, which is now actually Rubio's is there now. Rubio's Tacos.
It's Rubio's, but it was the Big Cheese. And what happened was one time when I was by myself, so I don't know what was wrong with me. I was like 12. They had this sign that said, buy 2 pizza burgers, get 1 free. And their mascot was this giant mouse eating a piece of cheese. So I changed the sign to buy 2 pizza boogers, get a free rat. And that was on there for, I don't know, a couple of hours before they figured it out. And that sparked
that was the classic that started it all.
Yeah. And since then, Todd and I and then Priscilla and a few other cohorts have
many other cohorts over the years.
Yeah, we've made some beautiful changes to some signs, and I won't name the other businesses because some of them are still businesses. And
I'm actually glad that you brought that up because that actually became kind of a Radderdaze thing. And like I think even one of the times that you guys played. There used to. Well, I can bring one up because I think they're now gone, but like, or they are gone. They might still be a business, but they used to have a spot right by No Name Bar, and it was Cars and Credit. Come and get it at Cars and Credit.
I didn't think you were going to actually admit to that because
I don't mind it because they're not there anymore.
We've done that one a lot.
Yeah, we did.
In our defense, we aren't the only ones that have messed with that sign. So I don't know if there's any that we can if they're listening, the ones you were mad about weren't us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I think ours are always pretty funny, right? I mean, so they had to at least be like.
Funny. I don't know how many of them we could even say on air, though.
No, probably none of them.
Yeah. Although there was one, the one that just it was stop in for hot deals at Christmas or something, and I think this was Priscilla and I just changed it to stop in for hot meals, Noel.
Nice.
And I don't know if they got anybody coming in for hot meals.
Looking back on that now, I feel bad about it.
Charitable.
No, I don't think that tricked anybody. I don't think anybody who really needed a meal thought Cars and Credit would be a good place to get it. That place does not scream we follow health codes. So
yeah, it's actually now it's I think they're like a realtor in there now. So it's much different.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope they're not still in business. I don't know how much of this is actionable. So I didn't consult my attorney before we agreed to this.
And can we say Cat and Ewok Seaman seminar on radio? That's I don't know if that's kosher or not.
We're not allowed to say those.
Yeah, because this is all for entertainment purposes.
I think so. It's science. It's science.
Actual.
What was the phrase?
Cat and Ewok Seaman. Cat and Ewok Seaman seminar.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Oh, I just wanted it said again. Thanks.
Yeah, and I believe from memory, Seaman was definitely Todd, and Ewok was me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna bring the Star Wars.
And then we put them together.
Right. It's like Wonder Twins.
It's funny because David still can't spell seminar though, so I don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's maybe my collaboration. That's where I can't. Maybe you came up with seminar and like here, let me help you spell it.
But you remember? I mean, I think my Mona Lisa is
Don't say anything too terrible.
Well, the business.
I can't even say my Mona Lisa.
I won't say the business. I don't know if they're still there or what their sign said originally, but I changed it to what?
Yeah, no, you got to say it now.
Okay, I'm going to say it.
I'm in anticipation. We'll cut it out. I promise. If you don't want me to, if you want me to cut it out, I'll cut it out.
No, but we don't stigmatize that anymore.
Okay, that's fine.
It's 2025 now.
Let's not do it.
No.
do we
afraid.
do a slur?
Now I'm afraid.
No. It was quality bestiality. Do we have herpes? You betcha.
Oh yeah. Well, so what? We don't She's saying we don't stigmatize bestiality.
I think herpes. Which one?
Priscilla's trying to not. I mean, were you trying to not stigmatize bestiality?
Yeah. I don't think we were even being judgmental about it back then.
No.
Yeah.
Don't stigmatize.
That wasn't a comment for the bestiality community.
No.
The thriving bestiality community in Winona.
Thriving. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well,
I'm so sorry.
It's cool. No, don't be. It's fantastic.
This is what you can expect from onstage banter if you come and see us play.
We will never get around to actually playing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. I love it.
I'll be saying really stupid things, and if Todd's there, then I'll be saying really stupid inside things to him off stage that will make no sense to anybody else.
That's the best.
It was really boring.
Oh, no, I love that. I love being bewildered by others' inside jokes. It's great. It's a good feeling. Because
we should hang out then.
I think it's...
Yeah. It is a bummer, though. Now that reminds me, though, that Radderdaze can never conclude with, like, changing the letters on the Cars and Credit sign because it's not there now.
So. Wow.
Yeah.
Blast from the past, right? Wow.
I bet you if we look hard enough after the show.
I bet. Yeah. No, I bet you Sunday morning there are signs switcheroo signs.
Which again is not an admission of any
No.
future guilt, because this conversation is for entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes, and it's probably young, impressionable children who heard this show.
Okay.
Right.
Can I actually, I know
Sure.
that we've been talking for forever, and I'm sure you can cut the majority of this out.
I'm going to have
if
to
it's
cut some
dumb.
of it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but except for it's live.
But there is
so you can't
one
cut live
terrible.
things out.
Oh, yeah.
There's
And
what?
it's in the present.
What is the thing?
It's not in the past.
Yeah, shoot. Oh, crud. There is one really, really, really terrible thing that both David and Todd did to me.
Uh-oh.
The whole world needs to know about.
Yeah.
The whole world? So this one, this thing you don't want cut out.
No.
Okay.
Don't cut this out.
Let's hear it.
Of your live show.
What you might not understand or be able to rationalize is that I'm married to David.
Okay, right. Well, I was aware of that, but you're right. I have a hard time rationalizing lots of things.
So I got married. I got married when I was a very little person. I was 19. Okay.
You guys were little people.
We were little. We were very small. We grew.
Okay.
But we were young. We were 19 and 21.
Yeah.
And at
the same time.
I remember when I was having my bachelorette party, when it was being planned, I was very, very nervous that it was going to suck.
Okay.
Because David and his friends got to go whitewater rafting and camping, and it was really, really cool.
Okay.
I was there.
And I was really nervous that I was just going to sit in someone's house and open gifts, and it was just going to be really cheesy and really girly, and I was not into that at the time. I love that stuff now.
Because our friends are nerds.
Yeah.
Sure.
But so anyways, David decides to destroy my bachelorette party with the help of Todd.
Enhance.
Oh, wow.
And
make it better.
one other person.
Is what he said.
Okay.
And we went camping up on a bluff in Winona overlooking Woodlawn Cemetery.
Okay.
And there were 8 of us girls, and we went out into the woods.
And this is before they came in and intruded.
Yeah, we went out. We set up camp and everything like that, and then we went into town to go have some fun.
Okay.
And we came back to camp. And as we were walking back to camp, we found some other campers, and they said, "Oh my goodness, there are some people in the woods doing really, really, really scary stuff. You guys need to be careful." And we were like, "Oh my gosh, this is terrifying!" And we were all super freaked out because our wonderful mothers and neighbors and everything like that had told us, "Don't worry, Winona's filled with a bunch of creepy people in the woods." Because back when we were little, back when we were younger, in the 90s, there was this whole satanic thing that happened.
Era,
so everybody thought everybody in the woods is doing creepy stuff. So we were super creeped out. We walked back to our campsite, and as we're approaching the campsite, we see a little tiny candle is burning. Our stuff has been thrown all over the place, and scratched in the dirt is "Die, B words, die." And then there were little tiny Blair Witch stick figurins made.
Of course.
And it was
so let's not make it derivative of Blair Witch. Okay. This is some of our own satanic creativity. Okay, continue.
I can't hear Todd. Okay, so as we sit down around the fireplace, and half the girls are like, "We're gonna say a prayer about this," because they're all youth group friends, right? And then the other half of the girls are freaking out and we need to get out of here. And as this is happening, we hear the most guttural velociraptor sound come from the woods, and we pick up all of our stuff and everything we can carry, and we start running through the woods. And as we're running through the woods,
the sound was a penny whistle, by the way.
And I see a body lying on the side of the trail. What? And it's mind you, it's midnight. There's a full moon. It's just absolute insanity. My best friend is behind me. She drops the cooler that we were carrying together and falls and yells, "Go on without me, I'll be okay."
Well, she had the beer.
Some of them were singing church songs.
Actually, it was pop. Oh. And then we were running through the woods, and as we emerged from the woods, just absolutely horrified and terrified, right behind us, we hear this thump, 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 and it was the most terrifying thing. And then we get out of the trail, and right behind us comes bursting out of the woods Todd and David, dressed in all black, robes and cloaks, and they had decided to absolutely terrorize us.
Wow.
And it was amazing.
Well,
and I
awesome.
still somehow married him.
In my defense, wearing white really wouldn't have worked.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
People
wearing a
would- people would have
graduation
seen
robe.
us.
But anyways, these two somehow thought that was a really, really good idea.
Well, actually, I remember explicitly saying I knew it wasn't a good idea, but David was just like, no, it'll be a lot better than whatever they got planned.
You
like,
did?
Hey, well, but it is. We still talk about it, so I mean,
Right.
he might have had some method to the mayhem.
Lasting memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Priscilla, you did just say it was awesome.
Yeah, it only took me, a good decade to get over the trauma.
Sometimes that's how it works, right?
And
Yeah.
we were
My
running
favorite
after him to
part-
say we're kidding, but they just heard running and screaming.
Yeah.
So they weren't really
And-
processing
And I
audio
was yelling,
anymore.
Priscilla, it's me. Priscilla, it's me. And she just heard. But my favorite part was after we'd done that, and it was a penny whistle, not a velociraptor.
Yeah, the penny whistle.
And
I really like.
we'd done some of those things, and we couldn't tell what was going on up there. And so we sent Todd up to go take a look, and Todd comes back, and I'm like, so are they freaking out? Are they scared? And he's like, no, doesn't seem like they're scared at all. I heard one person say, that was kind of freaky, and that was about it. And I'm like, oh, I guess we need to really
Time to take it up a
up
notch.
the ante here. Like, they're not scared at all. But then, of course, they came charging down through the woods, and we had to jump off the trail and hide so we didn't get trampled by them.
Wow.
And
But-
then one of my friends tried to run them over with a car.
Yeah.
Really? Like on purpose? She was just that mad?
Yeah, she was so mad.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was funny.
One of them punched me in the chest, and I was like, "Yeah, I guess that probably was warranted."
Yeah. There's no hard feelings. The only person that's tried to run me over with a car, that there's no hard feelings anymore.
We bought him tickets to a go-kart place after, to make up for it. So I
Nice.
think that pretty
Yeah.
much
Well,
evened the playing field, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So she's the part that Priscilla left out
Oh.
because her side of the story is it's all so bad, and she's not going to tell you that she got a second party out of all this. 2 parties? Who's had 2 bachelorette
Right.
parties?
Well,
I mean,
folks who
come
get
on.
married more than once.
Ladies,
Yes.
you
Wow.
know that's what you would want,
Right.
is to get 2 parties
2
instead
for
of
one. Yeah.
2 for 1.
So is that how you feel about it, Priscilla? Did Priscilla leave?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
so
she-
mad she left?
She's
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was absolutely magical.
Well, now that
Magically.
She's been slowly poisoning my food for 20 years.
That's that might be real. Wow, that's kind of amazing, really, that you're still together after that. That's awesome.
When I got home, everybody asked me, "So you're still going to marry him?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Right.
That's true love.
Well, and you knew you knew about his shenanigans,
Yeah, she
right?
knew I was an idiot. That was
So-
like not a surprise.
And I'm that's probably he's got a fun side, right? And I bet this is like kind of
That's my fun side.
exactly. Thank you. Right.
Terror.
Terror is fun sometimes. For some folks.
Absolute terror.
Yeah.
But I never could have done it without Todd, because I came up with this. I was like, we should go and scare them. And Todd did say that's probably a terrible idea. And I was like, no, she thinks it's going to be boring, so we should do something. But Todd's the one that, like, in the trunk of his car, he just happened to have, like, all this crap, like smoke bombs.
Yeah, I've been waiting
and,
for
like,
that moment for so long.
And he had all these, like, black robes and stuff, and, like, a gorilla mask, and just, like, ready to go.
Wow.
As though he'd been planning this event. And he wasn't.
You have to,
He was
but you
just
have to be prepared. Yeah, for that kind of stuff. That's amazing.
He's kind of like the anal retentive Boy Scout of
Shenanigans.
Like prankster, shenanigans.
Well, I wasn't going to say something as flattering as prankster shenanigans. I was gonna, but
Well, it's not like you had
like
duct
that.
tape and shovels in there, right? So,
I don't remember, honestly.
There may have been, right?
I took those out of the kit.
Cool. Well, that was okay, Priscilla. So we'll leave that in. Okay, so the whole world can know.
That whole thing.
Right?
How long is this radio spot going to be?
Well, this is too long. We've gone over time, but I don't know. I'll figure it out, man. And we might just make it an extra long episode. So who knows?
There you go.
It was super. I think that's a super fun story. That's great. Especially because it worked out. Like it would not be a good story if you hadn't married him, because then it would be like, oh, well, that's not good.
And then we wrote a song about other activities in Woodlawn Cemetery too that people can probably hear if they come.
Oh, cool. Awesome. There you go. A teaser. Thank you, David. That's perfect.
Yeah.
What's that song called? Can we at least have the title?
Yeah, Cemetery.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. And fitting.
And I was there for that one too.
Whoa.
Just kidding. I was. Cool. If you knew the lyrics, I was not there for that.
He wasn't.
To their knowledge.
Oh my God. To their knowledge, he had the black robe on, guys. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Maybe we didn't know he was there.
Right. He just left out the penny whistle. So. All right.
Who has a penny whistle?
Okay, let him finish the show.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we should probably wrap this up, folks. Wow. I'm going to say Maudlin wins for the, what did I call them before? Dirt. For the dirt
wins
digging
the
up.
Dirt?
Yeah, like digging up the incriminating
Fill in the
story,
tea.
incriminating and or fun stories from the past, you know? So, and again, I have no prizes for this. You're declared the winners. Okay. So, yeah.
All right.
I think that's
Take it.
That's good in itself,
We'll
right?
take it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us
The real
tonight.
winners are the people that come to the show.
Exactly. And that's this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So get down there to Radderdaze.
Radderdaze.com. Get those pre-sale tickets.
Pre-sale, because then you get entered to win all the stuff. Yep. Yeah, the stuff.
Midwest Music Fest tickets, giveaways. Yeah, it's you got to get pre-sale.
It's crazy. Lots of cool stuff. All right, well, thank you guys so much. We're going to wrap this up.
Thank you.
And we will see you this weekend at the show. Thank you.
Woot woot.
All right. That was a hell of a story there. That's wow. I like that kind of stuff, man. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. So I don't think anything. I'm serious. I think they're the winners. They win. Nothing can top that. We do have one more song to play for folks. There's one band that we haven't played yet, the Sex Rays. Good stuff here. Yep. These guys they got a cool thing going on. How are these guys? Did they play like an old Radderdaze show? Did they play a long time ago? Were they more recent?
They played multiple Radderdaze shows.
Okay.
And that they've been, they're one of the, actually they've been playing them the whole 10 years. I feel like
cool.
They were like they're at the beginning, and they've played, more recently too.
Right.
And they're another band where there's lots of stories about the Sex Rays, too, because and even as it goes with those like Radderdaze after parties at the Oddfellows building, they've been there. And
nice.
Joe Hastings, the front person, who's also you might have heard of the band Hastings 3000.
Oh yeah, yep.
I just remember a time I was there where we found a ballroom in that, because it is an old building, the Oddfellows building, and there was a sound going on in there, and we were convinced that there was like a ghost or something, and he said that there was in fact a ghost, but he was like this spiritual shaman, like guiding us through this room, and he could like commune with them, and like this ballroom was like I could tell whoever like ran that building, like anyone who was moving out, they just took all like tenants, if they left junk behind, they just were shoving it in this ballroom.
Oh wow!
But they didn't lock it very well, so we were just in this room full of like old junk, and he found like a little like kid's guitar, and he was playing on it and like trying to summon this spirit, and and then that's just like, it seemed like just like a normal thing for Joe Hastings. That's just kind of, he's like the front guy in the Sex Rays, and it's just, that's the stuff he's doing. Or another time Joe Holland, the bass player in the band, just they were staying in Winona, and he was just passed out in a room, and Joe was having us go in there and just kind of roll over on him, and like just and Joe Holland, I was trying to tell him this story because of this Raddiversary coming up, and he's like, well, I don't really remember that. I'm like, well, that's because you were mostly asleep, you know, and then,
right.
And that was probably like, 5 to 7 years ago for that one. So it's like, you might not remember, but I know that Joe Hastings remembers it. And so they're another one of those bands that, like, especially Joe Hastings, sometimes the band goes back and he's like, I'm gonna stay at Winona, you know, and then we're, you know, up till 5 a.m, you know, hanging out with Joe Hastings. But
oh my gosh, that's awesome! And summoning ghosts. And
things,
you
and
know?
so he lives
amazing.
He lives the rock and roll both. You know, he's not just the front man pretending to be a rock and roll guy. You know, I think that's just him.
He's
you know?
living the life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
right?
He is that guy.
Yeah,
and Sex Rays is to me, like, as far as, like, you know, what is rock and roll, like, to me it's Sex Rays is that band. Like, they are just the whole, like, I don't know what they say they are. They're, you know, I think they say they're something like, you know, you mix like the Ramones with, like, you know, Chuck Berry or something like that. But it's pretty much, like, to me it is like that is the essence of rock and roll is the Sex Rays. Cool.
Yeah. And I would totally agree with that assessment. That is, that's kind of what they are, right? Rock and roll. Well, let's go ahead and play it. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, everybody. Todd, thanks so much for being here and doing these last 2 weeks of episodes here. This has been super fun, man. And a lot of great music that's going to go down this weekend at Radderdaze at No Name Bar. It's the 10-year Raddiversary of Radderdaze. Go to radderdaze.com and you can get pre-sale tickets there. Show is this weekend, Friday and Saturday, February 28th and March 1st. Get your pre-sale tickets because then you get entered into win stuff. Like you said, there's Midwest Music Fest tickets. What else we got?
Midwest Music Fest tickets. I'm taking some old some old Midwest Music Fest posters, some old cool. Radderdaze posters, like
with
CDs.
The drawings?
Yep.
So you're selling some of the flyers. Cool.
Well, not originals. Those are just going to be giveaways, some old ones that I have, like, and then also I used to, you know, do the posters for Midwest Music Fest. So I have just like some really old ones, like from 2012 and stuff like that. That will be part of the giveaways, and like CDs that I have from bands and merch, and probably going to do a run of some Raddiversary shirts.
Cool.
And those might be giveaways as well. So
nice.
Yeah. So a bunch, you know, just and then I might even just find some old, like, you know, weird VHSs and stuff I have lying around my house, and those might just make it into giveaways too. Who knows?
Nice. Christmas at Grandma's house, 1986, stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be great. I love it. Well, again, thanks so much for doing this with us, Todd. I think it's fantastic. Thank you for doing Radderdaze, period, down at No Name. You know, it brings all kinds of cool bands through town and mixes stuff up, you know. I like
and
that.
thanks for always coming out, you know, and you know, doing like the live feeds, and like I mean, you know, KQAL has always been like a great supporter of the local music scene here, which is cool, and you know, Radderdaze and the whole thing, really. Yeah, it all works together, right? So, well, we're gonna wrap this up with we talked about them already, the Sex Rays, and then, like I said before, get to radderdaze.com. and check this stuff out and get yourself some tickets and get down to the show. It's going to be fantastic. So we're going to go out with the Sex Rays, their tune CC Strut. And you're listening to it on the sound right here on 89.5 KQAL. CC Strut.
Thanks again to Todd Hanson, Maudlin, Reuben, Sheep for Wheat, Porcupine, and the Sex Race for joining us tonight on The Sound. To hear more from these fine artists, look them up on internet services such as Bandcamp or your favorite streaming platforms. For more deep dives into local and regional albums, tune into The Sound every Wednesday night at 6, right here on 89.5 KQAL. You can also listen to past episodes of The Sound with extended interviews and exclusive content on your favorite streaming services. Find links at kqal.org. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and we've been talking about the Radderdaze 10-year Raddiversary on The Sound. Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL-FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.